I'll start off by making frozen coconut souffles. This will get you comfortable with the technique overall. And in the case of my frozen coconut souffles, it starts by whipping egg whites. This is a common ingredient in all souffles. I have 3 egg whites at room temperature, and while I'm whipping them on high speed, I'll add 3/4 cup of sugar. I want to whip the whites to a medium peak. This is what gives the frozen souffles their volume. It's the sugar in the egg whites that makes the meringue so glossy and thick. I'm gonna keep my whip attachment, and I can actually reuse the bowl for the next step in the frozen souffle. I whip the egg whites first. That way I can whip my cream and coconut milk in the same mixer without having to wash it. The next stage in the frozen souffle is adding the coconut and the cream. Now I have 1 cup of coconut cream. And what I did to get this was I took a tin of coconut milk, took care not to shake it, and I chilled it overnight. When you open the tin and scrape off the cream that floats to the top, that's what you have. And you want to work with this ice cold. This is essentially the base to a souffle. All souffles have a base of some sort, where you build in flavor. And the rest is about adding lightness. Now, for the whipping cream, 3/4 cup. So now I'm going to whip this to a soft peak. There we go. I have my cream and coconut cream whipped together. So now I can add a tablespoon of vanilla bean paste. If you don't have vanilla bean paste, you can use extract. Just work this in. When I make souffles, I like to keep the flavors simple. It's as much about the texture as it is the taste, and so simply the coconut with the vanilla bean is all I want to combine. The golden rule when it comes to assembling a souffle, your egg whites always get folded in last. So now, in 2 additions, I'll fold in my egg whites into the coconut cream base. When it comes to folding in egg whites, time can be your enemy, so I'd rather see you fold the whites in a little more quickly, even if it means being vigorous, than being too slow and gentle with them. Oh, look at how airy and light that is. There we go. Now, I have my dishes already prepared to fill. And this is the fun part. I have little small ramekins, and I've made a parchment collar to go around the outside, secured with an elastic band. But what I have is the collar coming above the ramekin. So when I fill it to the top, it will actually look like the souffle has baked up and above the ramekin, when of course, it's simply been frozen. I've got a piping bag fitted with a plain tip, just so I can precisely fill my ramekins, my little souffle cups. I'll just pipe this into the ramekins and comfortably fill well above the top of the dish, because the collar is holding this mixture in place. You can always go back and top them up. These are ready for the freezer, and I like to prepare them at least 4 hours before I plan on serving them. And once you've got them made and in the freezer, well, you've got them on hand and ready to serve. This is the easiest style of souffle to plate and serve. Simply take off the elastic, unwrap it to reveal that beautiful souffle that comes out of the ramekin, and you place it on a serving dish. That's it. Souffle translates from French to mean breath or to puff up. And these are light, and you will not be holding your breath when you're making them. A couple of raspberries. Simple and light, and cool and refreshing. A great way to start making souffles.